Thank you for picking up the Sticks. This is episode 115, Sticks Gaming Podcast. I am Mike Carnett. To my somewhere on the screen is Mike State Carnia.
What's going on?
And to my other somewhere on the screen is Art President-elect Rosie. And congratulations, guys.
Thank you. If you didn't do it, I was going to, because apparently you can just declare yourself president, and it's true now. So the election's over. We stopped counting votes before it started.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm your man. So first thing we're doing is November 12th is a federal holiday.
Yes. See, that's your whole stance. It's just national holidays whenever something fun happens.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all you really need to do and I would definitely vote for you.
Yeah.
That's why I wrote them in.
Yeah. So I forget where it was, but Kanye West did get some votes somewhere.
Like 50,000 votes.
Yeah, he got some votes somewhere, and then they had, the picture. They had a picture of Biden and Trump and whoever the independent person was.
Yeah, Joe Jurgensen or whatever.
Yes, but they didn't have a picture for Kanye West. Like, how do you not have a picture for fucking Kanye West?
I guess they just want to. I assumed it was because he didn't have a picture with the American flag in the background.
Because they don't want to encourage that nonsense. That's why they didn't have a picture of him.
Hey, he already said he's running again in 2024.
He can run till the day he dies, man. Good for him.
You know what? 4 years ago, they didn't have a picture of Harambe either, but he was written in on God knows how many ballots.
It's an American election system at work. Anyway, let's not talk.
Our country's politics very seriously.
Yeah, I'm literally watching in the background right now. If you see me go like this, I'm watching nothing happen. Because nothing's happened pretty much.
I'm not even bothering.
6 hours.
Yeah, I'm not going to look until tomorrow morning.
At this point, I'm relying on the wife to fill me in because, whatever, man.
I have a small beef. I don't know which one of you guys, but who puts the music at the beginning of the episode?
Not me.
I do. What did I do?
You
with the last one.
Kick out the cymbal hit at the very end of the theme, and that is a key portion of the composition of that theme I put together.
Okay, wait. Now, hang on.
Wait. I think that was.
How long have you been using that video clip at the start of our videos?
Probably for like a year and a half now.
I usually podcast listen. I very rarely YouTube watch our stuff. I just noticed for the first time.
Well, no, I've been using that one since episode 93-ish or so. Remember, you revamped it.
So 22.
So I don't think it has it.
So almost for a year.
No, the symbol's still there. Because you hear you hear the first part of it, and then it cuts it off.
All right. Well, I will check it for the next one.
All 17 people who watch our videos want that symbol hit.
I will check it.
Okay.
Listen, you have nothing going on for the next few weeks. If you can get that fixed, that'd be great.
Yeah, nothing important is going on.
Well, this week that's good because I really don't have much. Well, besides work, but in terms of funness, I have nothing really. So
I got you.
Nope, we're gonna need to start working on this next Tuesday.
Yeah. Next Tuesday. I'm unavailable.
5 p.m.
I'm unavailable.
So, speaking of not so busy, what's that in your head? What do you have in your head, Steak?
Oh, you see this? Isn't this nice?
Look at that.
Oh, I don't have it closed up. Can you see a PlayStation symbol there? Oh,
no,
yes.
Maybe, yes.
No, I don't know.
You got close enough that I can see it.
Yes, awesome. Yeah, this is the new PlayStation 5 Pulse wireless headset.
It looks very comfy.
It is extremely comfortable. It fits my ears perfect. My ears are enclosed. I feel like they're on. With the gold headset, and I'm assuming the platinum one had it too, where you know how you get the things you got to pull to adjust. Yep. Now this is just one piece, and then this part's kind of just the bottom part fits to your head. So it's not, so the hard piece isn't on your head; it's the soft piece that's on your head. So it's kind of more comfort. I feel like it's more comfortable.
Nice.
I was testing it today. I'm using it on my PC now still. I was testing it with Spotify just to kind of get an idea for the sound and stuff, and it sounds awesome. I think it sounds a lot better than the gold. The gold headset always had a little bit of a muffle for me when I was using it. It was never super clear. These are crystal clear. It's crazy how clear they are. And I feel like the balance is better too. The bass isn't overpowering or anything. It's it's a good balance so far. So that's just from a strictly PC version. And you guys were saying clearly the microphone's working a lot better too.
Yeah, no, the microphone's really good.
And that's just on things. It's not even on things optimized for that headset. The games are going to be when they come out.
Exactly.
Very cool.
So yeah, excited. Finally got mine. No thanks to Target. I ordered mine on last Friday at Walmart when they went up for a little bit, and got it by Tuesday. Not like the Target one that I ordered day one and is on back order till potentially November 13th.
Jesus. All my pre-orders have gone just bonkers in terms of like where I'm moving things around. So I'm sure, there was a big delay that really kind of messed up what I wanted to do with my first day on my Xbox, which I'm sure we'll talk about that in a little bit. But so I ended up switching the Assassin's Creed Valhalla pre-order from PlayStation to Xbox. I just wanted something to play on it. I guess I know I watched some different videos on Odyssey, and it looks like Odyssey played best on the X. So I'm assuming the One X. So I'm assuming it's gonna be the same on the Series X. Because I want something to play on my new fangled machine. Might as well be an Assassin's Creed game. So I thought that I switched that over. I canceled my physical version of Miles Morales and I went to a digital version of Miles Morales. I got my notification that my appointment to pick my Xbox up at Best Buy has been confirmed. So on 7 a.m. on that day, I'll be in line picking it up. Very excited about that. I am sweating about my PlayStation 5 pre-order because it still just says like you ordered on September, whatever it was. There's no tracking information or anything like that yet. So yeah, I'm sweating that out.
I think neither of my PS5s have done anything. Two out of my, let's see, I have one Series X that has been shipped. That one's officially from Microsoft. The one from GameStop is being prepared for shipment, so it changed from in progress to being prepared for shipment. And then the Best Buy one, nothing yet. So, but then the PlayStations, both of the PlayStation ones, nothing yet.
Yeah, and I'm assuming PlayStation's a couple days behind, given that the release is a couple days later.
Yeah, I think they'll start
I'm not
Friday.
Gonna get worried until like next Tuesday hits and I have no information. If the 10th hits, because there's 2-day shipping that they can just be using if they want to. If the 10th hits and I don't hear anything, phone calls are going to be happening. And they're not going to be happy calls.
No, I totally.
I'm gonna start getting worried if there's nothing by Monday. Like at least a process, like
that's because you're going to be busy on Tuesday doing other stuff.
Well, Tuesday, yeah, exactly. Tuesday I'll be busy, so Monday I
got nothing to do on Tuesday. Gonna work all day and then yell at people.
I said I didn't take those days off because I figured that would be the sure way to jinx myself for my pre-orders. So I'm going to have the Xbox sitting here right there while I'm working right here all that Tuesday. So that's going to be
terrible. If you're actually trying to get
it's not good. It's not good. And I'll be basically watching my phone as it's tracking the Amazon shipment on my PS5.
You'll be sitting on a rocking chair on the front porch with your Red Ryder when the UPS guy pulls up.
That's damn right. I don't want to scare him away. I'll have it handy, but I don't want to have it. I'll be holding it.
No, you gotta sit there holding it and just rocking in the chair and just been waiting for you. About time.
But I'm
gonna do a Scott Pilgrim style, Indian style, behind the door.
Yep. No, it's gonna But we right now. We're recording on Wednesday the 4th. Okay, thank you. So we're literally 1 week away from both consoles releasing at this point. So the hype is real. But I have a little bit of a small game prepared for today for us that we can do as well. But do you guys want to kick off this episode proper with what you're playing? I think it's time, right?
Yes.
Yeah, why not?
Steak, what you playing?
Barely, pretty much nothing. I played one. I played one
old
thing.
Games are old, and I hate these old games, these old systems.
I think that's the thing. I am purposely, mentally taking time off right now because I know I'm going to be playing so much in these next couple of weeks that, I needed, especially after all the Yakuza I've been playing. It's I needed kind of a giant break.
Yep.
So the only thing I played was a demo, and it was for Immortals: Phoenix Rising on the Stadia.
You have a Stadia?
It was free. You could get a Stadia. I have a Stadium account.
You can get the regular Stadia, which is free. The Pro, which is the 4K, is a monthly fee, but then you have to pay for the individual games.
Right,
but you don't need a special controller. You can use any controller.
No.
Any Bluetooth connectable controller.
Okay.
Yep, I
Just a
used
little I paid attention. I have no idea.
yeah, I used the Xbox controller that came with my Note. So,
Okay, cool.
but no, the game is cool. Game's really neat. I'm excited for it. It has a very Assassin's Creed feel to it. I mean, the menu system looks straight out of Assassin's Creed Odyssey, to be honest. But it's a tiny bit more silly than I was expecting.
Okay. I'm okay
Maybe
with
that's
that.
where yeah, which is maybe where that last trailer, the reveal trailer with the James Brown music was trying to prepare you, like, hey, yeah, this is kind of a serious story, but we're putting in some like little bits and stuff in here to make it not so serious at the same time. But no, the combat was great. The skill trees look cool. So as you level up, you're gonna be unlocking some new powers and stuff like that to do. So I'm pretty pumped for it. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. It I got it for I think I got it for $40 too on Amazon. They had a $10 coupon currently going on or something through mobile, and it was on sale for 50 already. So I got it for 40. So I'm like, yeah, for $40, why not?
For you.
Yeah. So, but no, I'm excited for that. Like before, I already had it pre-ordered, but after playing the demo, I'm like, all right, this is good. This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be pretty neat.
Cool.
That's
Is
it.
it though? All right. Like I said, mine's not much longer. Art, what you playing?
The usual. So outside of the usual, just gonna skip over that. Finished Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Congratulations.
I took Steak's advice and did it without my son around because, yeah, there's a lot of story there in that last chunk of the game.
Oh yeah.
Thoughts on it? I liked it enough that I'll probably pick up the second one whenever it comes out. Man, do I have some issues with the way that game that ended.
Ah, really?
Yeah.
So when it diverges from the original.
Yeah, and it's the way it diverges is, well, there's two things that bother me about it. One is they basically diverge to a point where they basically leave themselves a huge out to retcon anything in the fucking story they want.
Okay.
So anything from the original that they want to change, they've given themselves the window to do that now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which I'm not a huge fan of, but whatever. That's probably their plan from the get-go. Second problem. Last person you fight in the first game in Final Fantasy VII Remake is Sephiroth. At that point in the story, Cloud and Avalanche and all the other characters should be no match for him. But you can keep up with him and beat him in this game, which I have a really big problem with. It kind of kills like how much of a threat he is, and how strong he is, and why he's such a threat, so dangerous, and I would just throw it in there at the end of the first game.
Yeah,
I mean, State, this is your department. I'm gonna stay quiet.
No, I mean, I get I understand where you're coming from on that. But in some retrospect, you're fighting Sephiroth, but not really.
Right.
If you kind of think about it,
because you're fighting him in an alternate dimension.
Yeah, so that's kind of why I didn't get that kind of feel for it, because it's like I'm like, well, this isn't technically the actual real this world. You know what I mean? Like the world you've been playing the whole game in, pretty much. But I think I honestly I thought that was like the best part of the game. Though I thought that boss fight was awesome. I was down to like my last bit of health so many times. Like I thought I was like I did it in my first try and I couldn't believe it because I was like, oh my god! Like there was a few times where I was like, I was like panicking because I thought I for sure was gonna die.
Yeah.
But I thought the fight was awesome.
I mean, the fight itself was fine. I just have a problem with the idea that you're fighting any form of him that early in what's supposed to be now, I guess, 120-hour experience.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
80,
hey, I'm okay
depending
with that.
on how many games they do, 80 or whether it's 2 or 3, 80 or 120 hours.
Right. I mean, we'll see. I mean, but like I said, I definitely understand your concern, and I can see that being like that is it is a bit of an issue. And I get it. I do understand that. But like I said, from the way I took it, is the fact that you aren't fighting him in like that technically that world. So like to me, it's like okay, yeah, sure, you probably like in that world he would demolish you, but so that was kind of like a different thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, there was other parts of the game that I like just it doesn't ruin the game, but personally, I had issues with. I could have done without doing the motorcycle minigame a second time, even though now it's when it originally is in the game. The fact that I had
Right.
it, so take out the one earlier.
Yeah.
Because I was never a fan of the motorcycle game in the original, and
Same
it's
here.
not much better here.
I think it's actually kind of worse here.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what else. I felt like the last couple sections, like leading up to when you get out of Midgar and going into the Shinra HQ, and even inside Shinra HQ, I felt like they dragged on a bit. And it's one of those things like I know they're trying to stretch this out to be a full Final Fantasy experience, but I wish they would have taken that time to. There's been rumors of them doing DLC of like more of Barrett's backstory and more of Tifa's backstory. I wish that just would have been in the game instead of the various parts of the game that I felt they dragged out just to make it longer.
Fair enough.
But I mean,
I understand that.
I'm complaining about all this, but I'm sitting there telling you, like, when the second one comes out, I'm going to buy it and play it.
Yeah.
So clearly, it didn't bother me that much.
Sure.
When I first played the demo, I was worried about the combat system not clicking with me. By the end of the game, I'm fine with it.
Yep.
Once I get past the thing in my head of like this isn't turn-based anymore, it's fine once you figure out like how the flow of battle goes. And I really hope in the second one they put an option in there to keep Aerith away from being face to face with the guy when she has a ranged weapon.
That would be nice.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean that's I have complaints about it, but I mean nothing that really ruins it for me at this point. We'll see how in the second one they deal with this whole door they've opened for themselves to change whatever they want, and where the story with Sephiroth goes, because yeah, I mean like you mentioned, it is an alternate world or dimension or whatever the hell you want to call it, and the couple times you run in with him in the real world, he does still seem powerful. So
yeah,
I guess I'm hoping that there'll be more explanation as to why they put that in there, other than just so you could say you fought Sephiroth in Final Fantasy VII. So that's all my thoughts on that. The other game I played, which Mike, I think you said you played this a while ago. Mom Hid My Game.
Oh yeah, I played on Switch like a couple of years ago, I think.
I don't know when it was, but like I think I saw an ad for it on like someone on Twitter. The developer posted on Twitter like, "Hey, this is on PS4 now." And I watched like a little preview video that it had, and I'm like, "This is so ridiculously stupid that it has my interest." Oh, you're only $4? All right, here's my $4. Let me see what this is. And it's a small puzzle game. It's fine for what it is. For $4, I wasn't expecting it to blow the doors off, but it's fine. It's a nice time killer.
Yeah, and there's a couple puzzles in there that are just like literally made me kind of like laugh out loud how dumb the solutions were.
Yeah.
So like it's exactly as Art described it. It's just a couple dollar bits of dumb fun. So why not?
Yeah.
I can't believe you played that game.
I was sitting there on my scrolling through Twitter on my phone. And I saw this. I watched the video and like there's this music and these dumb noises the characters make.
Yeah.
And I think they showed like one or two of the puzzles in the little video they had. I'm like, this looks so stupid. I got nothing else going on right now.
And it was.
Yeah.
All right. That's all you got, Art?
That's all I got.
All right. I only got a couple things here. So I did finish Tell Me Why on the Xbox. Steak, when you played it, you said that when they got to the end, the climax of it, you were just kind of, it didn't have like the impact. And I totally agree.
Yeah.
I think it's because of what I talked about last time, where it's like by the end of that game, I did really like the twins. I liked them a lot. I thought they were great characters, very, very, very dense in their stories and emotions and motivations and things like that. I love those, the two main characters. I love those guys, but like everyone else just seemed to be like not fleshed out. Everyone else just kind of seemed to be there to progress like one portion of the twin story as opposed to being like a fully fledged member of the story, if that makes sense. So like when they had the big reveal at the end, I was just like, well, it can only be one of a couple of people anyway. So I kind of narrowed it down. I didn't have it fully figured out, but I was like, this is probably who it's going to be, and I was right. But there were some like big moments with like I forget the guy's name, but the police chief, who was like kind of the adoptive father of one of the twins. Like they had kind of a big moment with all three of them kind of going back and forth, and then I don't think you saw him again. So is this like I didn't feel all the because it's not just a twin story. Like it's also the story of like the people that lived through the experience of the horrific event of the town, helped raise one of the twins, gave one of the twins a job, was like kind of a caretaker for the twins. Like there's so many other characters in there that just didn't get their due. So when that big reveal happened, I was like, okay, I was like,
right, exactly, yep.
And then even after the reveal, like the consequences afterwards were also just like, okay, like I guess that's going on with our lives, and that's is what it is. So it's definitely not bad. I mean, I definitely didn't I did like it, but I just felt like even like one more episode to give those other characters a chance to flesh out would have been a big deal. Would have been a big difference, especially the seminal characters at the end of the episode, at the end of the at the end of the game. I also played Prey for the first time.
That's a game you were playing when I harassed you last weekend.
Yes, correct.
Instead of having fun with everyone.
Yeah, I was having so much fun with Prey. Let me tell you about it. But yeah, on top of me being in my painkiller induced haze, I had a tooth removed. I'm not just doing painkillers on the weekend.
I am
anymore. I picked the wrong weekend to stop sniffing glue. But
you really picked the wrong week to stop sniffing glue.
Yeah. So so I was playing Prey, and I was like, man, I really liked it. I don't know. Again, I don't know if it's one of those things where it's like it just hit me at the wrong time or whatever. But I was really liking it for the first like 5-6 hours, and it's like, yeah, I think I'm done. Because like it got hard pretty quick, and it was one of those things where like, all right, I got 9 things to do, and every single time I tried to do one of those things, like on the side missions, I was missing either like a perk I couldn't do it, or I didn't have access to that area yet. I was just like, that'd been nice to know before I just wasted all my ammunition on all those guys that just laid away. So now I have no ammunition, and like the story is very interesting, and there's a lot of like you can feel like the Dead Space and BioShock like spices in there. But when I was getting to the point, I was like, yeah, I think I'm kind of done with this. It stopped doing those things. It just became like, a resource scavenger hunt more than anything else. And I just felt like I kept seeing the same areas over and over and over again. So like you are basically just confined to the spaceship, and when you're on the spaceship, the whole thing is just like you're on the spaceship, everything seems fine. Then all of a sudden there's that alien outbreak of those mimics. These I forget the name of what they called them. Typhons, I think maybe that comes to mind. A typhon species, and they can like mimic different things. So you walk into a room, and all of a sudden, like the chair morphs into a typhon and is attacking your face. But everyone, what was cool about when you first started, like you walk into a room, it's like why are there 2 chairs behind that office desk? You knew one of them had to be a mimic. You know what I mean? So like you can like kind of clue on different things, and then you kind of find out that man, I've been on the spaceship for a long time. It's been wrong for a long time, but I've been going through this like daily cycle loop as like a test subject in this place. So now you're trying to figure out A, how to get out of there, B, what happened to you and your family and things like that. So the story is not bad, but it's just not doing enough there to really that kept my interest. And like I said, I feel like I can never clear out a section either. Like I would go back and all of a sudden there'd be like this thing called the nightmare in like the main section. There was no enemies before. Like I thought it was kind of like a safe zone. So I just get through this massive battle. I have no ammunition left, and this thing's called the nightmare. Is this huge big enemy that basically will hunt you down and stalk you, kind of like Mr. X does in the Resident Evil games. And you can take them down, take them out, or you can basically hide for like 2.5 minutes. I was just like, well, that both I guess, well, I have no ammunition, so I guess I'll hide. And I kept dying over and over and over again. And before I finally got to a point where I booked it far enough away from them where, you know, I got away from them. But then I still had no resources in an area that wasn't my safe house where I can't, they have like a recycling system where you pick up a bunch of garbage, put it in the recycler, and it becomes material you can use to create new objects. That was super cool. I liked that a lot. But every time I got to one of those sections, I found a recycler, but I couldn't find the not the manufacturer, but like the machine that basically makes these different things for me. Mm-hmm. And the one time I did find one, it was disabled. I was like, well, I'm just screwed here. And like I'm not gonna go fight that thing, and a bunch of other things were all like kind of pushing me away from the game already. And that was like my last straw for it. But it's not a bad game. I think it's one of those things that just hit me in the wrong time and place. Then I played Mario 35, that Battle Royale Mario game on the Switch, and I am not good at that game. Until I figured out the secret, which is essentially get your butt to a fire flower as quickly as possible. Because if you just have 5 Goombas lined up and 2, getting all those guys in succession is kind of tough. And if you get hit like that, if you die once, you're out. That's it. You're gone. Yeah. There's no extra lives. And then I was finishing in the 30s before I figured out, okay, get to a fire flower as quickly as possible. And once you get that done, I'm in the top 10, top 5 a couple of times. I got as high as 3. But this just makes me super sad that it's not there forever, like Tetris 99. Like, why is that going to go away in a few months? But I really did enjoy it, and the game's significantly longer than you think. Like, once you get down to the top 10, the top 10 sticks around for a long time, and there's a time limit. There's a ticker on there. Every time you kill a guy, there's more time that goes on to it, so you're motivated to actually take out the enemies. When you take out an enemy, it pops on somebody else's screen. So you're playing against 35 other people playing the same Mario levels that you are. But sometimes when you go further, some people will be further in levels than you are. So I'm just in World 1-1, and all of a sudden there's there's a fish coming out of nowhere and jumping up and down because someone killed a fish in a different level. One time I was in a dungeon, and it's a level much later on in Mario 1 where the fish are flying up and underneath those bridges.
Yeah.
Well, someone must have gotten a star and was running through that thing because all of a sudden my screen is just full of these fishes. I'm just there's nothing I can do, and I end up killing me. But little things like that, which are super fun, and the game is very interesting balance because when I said when you get down to that top 10, people that are there for a really long time. Once you get to the top 5, they give you the speed up music starts, and they start really counting on the clock on you. Or if you get to a point where we've had 8 people in this match for 5 minutes, they start they accelerate the clock already. So it's it does try to push you to the end, but man, those games definitely last longer than Tetris 99 did. I've gotten to pretty close to finishing Tetris 99 a few times, and those games are always still going to be 5 to 6, 7 minutes. I played Mario 35 for 15, 20 minutes on a run.
Oh wow!
And it does definitely take a little bit longer. So it's very, very good. I like it a lot. I just don't understand why it's not going to be there forever. And last but not least, I'm going to spoil something from later in the show. I did play the demo of Control Cloud Edition on the Switch. So, Nintendo announced that they're having some different cloud-based games, and Control was one of them. You play 5 minutes of the demo. You have to play the demo first before you buy it, which I think is super interesting. So they will not allow you to just buy the game. You have to play the 5-minute demo first so you can see if your system can actually handle the game. You can play in performance mode or graphics mode. I played in graphics mode just out of curiosity. That was probably dumb because I am playing handheld mode, and the game can only look so nice in 720p. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I skipped through the different videos, and I was just trying to get the gameplay. It works pretty well. I also did dabble a little bit more in the xCloud stuff, and that's kind of not. xCloud is significantly better than the cloud-based services were for Nintendo on this one. I bet if I did performance mode, I think it might feel a little bit better overall. But I can definitely feel the sluggishness of when I'm trying to switch, move the camera around with the right analog stick. I can feel it like I'm moving, and then like you can kind of feel that disconnect between when I'm moving and when that actually moves. But when I got into some action, like I took down the bad guys pretty much no problem. I was still ripping off headshots and things like that with the service pistol. So yeah, I mean, it still works, and there's gonna be a bunch of new games on there apparently. So like, I think the demo thing, making people play the demo, I think is super smart.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's gonna catch on just because it's one of those. There's so many different things I already don't own. In some way, shape, or form, but like a cloud-based service on a Nintendo thing seems just like the longest shot ever to be around for more than a couple of years. You really don't own that. Yeah, like
right.
That's gonna go away real quick. There's no way in hell I can't imagine wherever the next Nintendo thing is gonna be that's gonna transfer over smoothly. I mean, there might probably be like a Switch upgraded version or whatever it is, but wherever the next Nintendo console is gonna be, I have zero. I can't even bring my Super Mario 1 over, let alone a cloud-based game on control. So I just it's interesting. I applaud them for doing it, but like there's a 5 million caveats and not working like pinpoint precision that would just keep me away from those things like forever. But I want to try it because something new and exciting, right? Why not?
I tried to try it, but I was put in a queue of 600 people in front of me. And well, it was launch day when they launched it that day. And there were 600 people in front of me, and I moved 20 spots in 20 minutes. So I was like, yep, it's not happening.
That's a bad demo.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I was like, forget it. I was like, I'm good.
That's bad.
I tried.
That's bad math.
Yeah.
In 20, you moved, what was it? 20. How many spots in how many minutes?
I moved 20 spots in 20 minutes from 600 people in front of me. I was in a queue of 600 people. I moved to 580 in about 20 minutes.
That's what I mean. I just feel like
demo's only 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there was people that actually like this. If people just bought it and then just kept like playing then, like, or how that worked. I don't know. But like I said, I did it shortly after the direct. Like, so that's what I was trying it then. So I guess everyone was trying to jump on, but there's another issue of having a cloud version game. If that many people are trying to play a game, like,
so
you can't get it.
I buy the game and I may not be able to play it because there's too many people playing it.
Right.
I can't imagine that Nintendo put a ton of money into server farms. I just can't fathom that is something they would even consider doing.
There's no way.
Yeah, that's I don't know. Everything smells bad about that. So there's no way I'm ever gonna do that. All right, that's all I got. Mistake.
Wait.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I have one more I thought of when you were talking about Mario 28 or where the hell the game's called.
35.
I played Modern Warfare Warzone. They have a Halloween event going on.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I thought about that.
So it's a battle royale, but instead of going into the gulag when you die, you come back as a zombie. And then when people die, they drop vials, and you have to collect 2 vials to get revived. So you can just go find ones laying around the map and pick them up, or you can chase down, live players and kill them and take their vial. When you're the zombie, you have like a super jump where you can jump like ridiculously far or high. You have a EMP blast and you have a gas grenade.
Okay.
But you have no weapons. All you have is melee. So you have to like gas someone and run up on them and kill them real quick. And it usually doesn't work out well if they have company with them or anything. But
yeah,
it was a fun twist on what the normal formula of that game. I don't know if I liked it more or less than the Gulag, because it was like you can drop and you can find your teammates and communicate with them. And the other thing is when you're a zombie, you have like a constant like UAV going. So like your radar just pings constantly, like within a short distance around you, and red dots pop up if there's enemies. So if you hang out with your team, you can kind of just be a constant roving UAV for them.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
man, I always love those like twists they do, especially on Halloween. I was like, can we just leave that in the game, please? Like, I don't know why can't this be like a thing you can just always do?
Right.
We played a handful of matches of it, and it was like this is fun. It sucks that it's going away in 3 days.
Yeah.
We did end up winning one game, which when you get down to like the last handful of people, there are like 50 zombies and 4 people, and you're really just hoping the zombies don't find you. That's all that is at the end.
Yeah. Man, this is like fun.
Yeah.
So if you kill a zombie, what happens? Are they out of the game, or are they like spawning in somewhere else?
Like they're out of the game. Their teammates can buy them back.
Okay. So
it's like if you lose in the gulag.
Okay. I'm down with that.
Yeah, it was, like I said, it was a fun twist. I hadn't played Warzone in God knows how long, and I think it was a night that either we just weren't feeling Rainbow Six, or there was connection issues or something, and we switched over and played that. And we're like, this is fun. We kind of played it a couple nights in a row, and I don't know if it's gone already or when it's leaving, but it'll be a shame to see it go, because I thought it was a fun twist on the gulag aspect of it.
I can't imagine being like, we're gonna work on this thing a lot of hours, change up code of how the game works
for 2 weeks.
For 2 weeks, just make it its own like playlist. You know what I mean? Like, just put it in there as an option.
Or like, if you don't want that to be, if you don't want to split your game base too much, like throw it out there on weekends or something.
Right.
Like, just make it active like 1 or 2 days a week, and then the rest of the days everyone can play the same mode they always play. But yeah, it was interesting. It was fun. I still suck at that game. Let's move on.
Ready for the new one?
Yeah.
All right,
I'm ready for a single player campaign.
That's true. Man, they just look good. All right, we'll talk about that in a minute. But Steak, what's coming out in the next couple of weeks?
All right. Let's see here. Or let's see what came out a few days, about a few days ago too.
Ooh.
There's a few things that came out.
Look at you. Let's okay. All right. We talked about the headset already. Like they're already in the faces if you're on YouTube. So what do you got in your hands, Steak?
All right. So here, this is the new DualSense controller. It is it's nice. It feels good. It feels good.
I always say this, and you didn't think about this when you did it, but the very first time you picked it up and held it like a controller, like, what was your impression?
I thought it had some weight to it.
Good.
Okay.
Like, I was like, "Ooh, this is a little heavy." Like, in a way.
I like weight to my controllers. It's one of the reasons why I like the Xbox Elite controller.
Yep. No, I agree 100%. And then it feels good. I mean, I think it feels pretty good. It's interesting. I like the PlayStation. Oh, there you go. Oh, wait, hold on. There we go. Could see a light up a little bit. There you go. Ooh.
So it's not just something you 3D printed. That's the actual one.
Is it, or is it not power on your PS5 right now? Don't you lie to me.
No.
I was like,
I will come over there and go get the shit out of your house.
Embargoes.
So yeah, so the PlayStation button kind of blends in there, as you can see, and then this here's a microphone button, so you can mute or not unmute.
Okay.
And then the buttons are clear. But yeah, it feels good. USB-C. So yeah, feels good.
Anyway, let me see the bottom of that controller, like where the headphone jack is. I don't think it's gonna work. God damn it! I was wondering if the back button thing from the PS4 could clip in there and still work.
Oh, no way.
Well, it does have this little notch here. So I don't know if that. I don't know. Maybe
I think the form factor is different. The curve.
Yeah, it is. This is like bigger. I think this is definitely bigger.
Twist it as hard as you can.
What happens if you were slammed against the wall?
How durable is it?
Can you chew on it?
Yeah.
What happens if you dunk it in a bucket of water?
Yeah.
So that clips on very nicely to this little piece right here.
Hey, flip it around. Have it just like you had it, like vertical. Let me see the back of it. Let's see. It's a PlayStation 5.
Haha. I have the PlayStation 5. I have the mini version.
Yeah, no, it's all perspective. It's just way behind you.
That's right. So yeah, so this just it just sits right on there, and there you go. It charges right up.
Very nice.
And then also and then this is the media remote. So it's got Netflix, Disney Plus, YouTube, and Spotify preloaded for those quick buttons. And it's even got a microphone button here, so I'm assuming for voice search and all that good stuff.
I wonder if that means those apps come pre-installed on the system.
I believe they do. I'm pretty sure they do.
Bloatware.
I'm pretty sure these ones and I think like 2 other ones I think they mentioned do. But here's the thing that's weird because I was kind of actually hoping like this could replace my Roku, just because it's 4K and all that. So like, do I know everything's gonna be like come out in 4K? But Hulu and HBO Max are not going to be there at launch, which doesn't make any sense at all.
HBO Max is the whole thing. I don't even get
Dude,
into
that one is,
this is not
oh my god, that pisses me off.
Service podcast, but yes,
yeah, that's why I'm trying to get rid of my Roku. If originally I was like, oh, I'll get rid of my Roku because HBO Max is not on there. I don't use my Xbox really that much for apps, so I was like, oh, well, PlayStation maybe this could become. And then when they said that, I was like, well, thanks.
Eventually, one day.
It's coming. They said it's coming. So, all right. So let's get into the stuff coming. So this is going to take a while, guys.
This is a biggie.
Oh yeah, I didn't even write them down. I'm actually like on my oh you can't see it, but I'm actually on my on the Wikipedia where I get my stuff from because it's so much. All right, so November 6th, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered for PC, PS4, and Xbox One. All right, here we go, boys. November 10th. Let's see. I'm gonna skip some of the stuff that's actually already out because I just got some stuff here that's like games that are like I think just like their new versions of them.
Okay.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla for PC, PS4, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and Stadia. Destiny 2 Beyond Light for PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X.
We will not be bringing up Destiny 2 on my podcast. I'm sick and tired of Destiny 2.
Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition for the Xbox Series X. Dirt 5 for the Series X. Enlisted for the Series X. Evergate for Xbox One, Xbox Series X. The Falconer for PC, Xbox One, and Series X. Fuser for PC, Mac, Switch, PS4, and Xbox One. Gears Tactics for Xbox One and Series X. Trying to find stuff. Oh, here we go. Planet Coaster, the console edition for PS4, Xbox One, and Series X. So that is finally coming. Tetris Effect Connected for Xbox One and Series X. 13 for PC, PS4, and Xbox One.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the remaster of that one. That was supposed to be out last November.
Yeah, I totally forgot that was coming out. And like all of a sudden, like, why would you come out with a PlayStation 2 game remaster right now? Very weird.
I don't know. And last but not least on the 10th, the one I am most excited for, Yakuza Like a Dragon. PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Series X.
Reviews hit today, and people are very, very happy with it.
Yes, everyone but IGN for some reason.
They've been like, I mean, Watch Dogs Legion came out last week, and they were also one of the highest on Watch Dogs Legion.
Right.
So it was like, I mean, again, there's no such thing as a raw. It's just, I don't want to say it's contrarian, but it's just like, it's almost just like, there's no such thing as a bad review or a wrong review, right? But it's 2 in a row.
That's the thing. It's curious to see something so different from like everyone else.
Yeah.
Like I mean, it's not like we're not talking like drastic. Like everyone give it a 9 and they give it a 5. I mean, we're talking like a 9 to a 7, like which is still fine. It's still a good game, but like it's kind of weird that everyone's giving it like a higher like 80 plus and like they give it like below it. It's like that's kind of interesting. But
yeah, I mean, it always seems like you gotta give it. Like, I mean, most people I assume have like a Yakuza guy. You know what I mean? Like someone who loves the Yakuza. Like if we were to get like Yakuza code, it would go to you, Steak, because you understand and appreciate. Yeah, well,
I reached out to the Sega community manager. I tried.
Oh yeah, well, add to the list of things we don't get for free. But yeah, it's just like I don't know. It's all gets to who ends up getting who draws the straw to do the review, right?
Right.
I mean, and having opposing views is always good. Like
yep.
Reading a bad review is just as informative as reading a good review because you can be like, well, I don't agree with that, and then you don't care about what the final number is.
Right.
Anyway.
Okay. November 12th. So this is another big day.
Yes, it is.
So, Assassin's Creed Valhalla for PS5. Astro's Playroom for PS5.
Is that
The
really a
one.
release? That's a preloaded game on the system.
Technically, it's on
I
here.
couldn't play it before, so it releases on the day.
I guess.
Get hype, Bite.
I mean,
We'll
don't get
get
me
hype
wrong.
for.
I'm gonna play it. I'm sure I'm gonna enjoy
yeah.
it, but
It's gonna be awesome. Yeah. Well, this one is for you, Art. This one right here, Bug Snacks for PC, Mac, PS4, and PS5.
Art's favorite game.
Also November 12th.
God, why don't we do my gifts to you anymore?
Yeah.
It's gonna be free.
because I'd quit. That's why.
You know what? We'll bring it back for 1 week.
Nope.
It's a new generation.
Yeah, and I'm
I
gifting
think
to
we
you.
should bring it back.
Yeah.
Where were we at in the rotation? I can take it back. Get it away, way back.
I think we stopped when we finished a rotation. Then we changed that we were all playing a game for a while.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
So that means we get to redraw. So.
That's right.
Go ahead, give me the game.
Death Come True for PS4. Demon's Souls Remake for PS5. Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition for PS5. Art, put that down. Dirt 5 for PS5.
So I couldn't see what you were doing because my phone's in the way.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
All right, good.
Godfall for PC and PS5. Let's see. Overcooked All You Can Eat for PS5. The Pathless for PC, PS4, PS5, and iOS. Planet Coaster Console Edition for PS5. Just Dance 2021 for Switch, PS4, Xbox One, and Stadia. No more Wii, guys.
Does it work with the PS5 camera?
I'm gonna guess no.
Probably
not.
Why would it?
I'm gonna guess yes.
I would hope so. I would really hope so.
You would think, but
yeah.
You'd also think they'd make their first-party VR system work with the new camera.
Dude.
What makes even less sense is I know we talked about this last time a little bit, but the new camera has 2 lenses on it.
Yep.
To view 3D space.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which is what you do for VR.
I don't know. And my adapter's coming on Saturday. I got the notification, so you might want to check. Yeah.
My phone's my light.
Sackboy, A Big Adventure for PS4 and PS5. Super excited for that. Superman, Jesus, sorry.
I was like, what?
Wait a minute. Spider-Man.
Superman 64 remake.
That's right. Spider-Man, Miles Morales for PS4 and PS5.
All right, just to stop your flow and ruin the whole thing for you real quick. So, one of my things I like to, I forget who it is on Twitter, but they always post old ads from Game Boy days and Nintendo 64 days, and they show ads from Funko Land and Toys R Us and whatever it is.
I'm gonna need the name of that account.
I'll find it for you. But recently they had one for the holiday when Superman 64 came out, which is historically one of the worst games of all time. What do you think the retail price was in the ad?
Yeah, it was $69.99.
It was 60. It was 64. I think it was $64.99 was the price. Okay. It was 60 or $65.99 or something goofy like that. So you got a problem with inflation. That means it's an $80 game. So let's keep this in context when we're talking about the next generation of game prices.
That's right. Spider-Man Remastered for PS5. Even though I list it separate here, but you can only get it in the Ultimate Edition.
For now.
Warhammer Chaos Bane for PS5. And WRC 9 for PS5. On November 13th, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War for PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X. Don't forget, that gets very confusing. You have to buy them separate.
Wait, what?
You can't buy the PS4 version and get the PS. You don't get the PS4 5 version with the PS4. You gotta buy the PS5 version.
You gotta buy the cross-gen version of the PlayStation 4 one.
Oh my god, they're making it hard. Also on November 13th, Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory for Nintendo Switch, PS4, and Xbox One. And also on November 13th, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered for the Switch. So that's a week later than the other ones. On November 17th, that's when the Halo Master Chief Collection is getting its Series X big update.
Okay.
Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate is coming out. So that's the one that's with Rain, Melina, and Rambo.
Mm-hmm.
What are they updating in Halo? Isn't that already 4K on the One X?
Oh, it's going like 120 frames and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And even more.
Okay.
And Sniper Elite 4 for Nintendo Switch on the 17th.
There you go.
There it is. Whew. All right, let's see here. So your PlayStation Plus games for November. Hang on, I got a link for this one too because there's a lot going on this one. So on November 12th, you will be able to download Bug Snacks for free if you have a PS5.
Art for free.
And it'll be free until January 4th of 20. I knew you would find a reason to use this. That is the perfect reason to use it.
You're completely off my screen right now. I can't see you at all.
Actually, when we get to the point where it's here, where it's just his forehead, we should turn that into a bug snack for him.
Oh my God.
We'll turn it into an actual character.
Oh my God, that's so good. It's like the opposite of the eject button.
Right?
It goes down and slow as opposed to up and really fast. If you're listening to this, please watch the YouTube because the YouTube version of this is so good.
I've found a good use for a standing desk.
You're a comedic genius, Art.
Perfect. So it will be free through January 4th of 21. So if you get your console for Christmas or anything like that, you'll still be good to go. Let's see. Other games for this is for PS4 and PS5 owners. Middle Earth: Shadow of War. So it's PS4 again.
Mm-hmm.
And Hollow Knight Void Heart Edition for PS4. So that's a great like Ori type game.
I've stared at that game like 4 times, and I went elsewhere when I was looking to play a game. It was on Game Pass at some point.
Yeah.
Well,
I was like, I don't know.
Now you could stare at it on the PlayStation Store and go elsewhere.
Exactly. I got a whole new system, a whole new generation of systems.
Those are both games I've heard really good things about, but I've played neither, and maybe I'll play Hollow Knight someday. Probably won't play Shadow War.
I started Hollow Knight. It's hard, but it's good.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah, that's one I think I'll actually enjoy. So I might jump into that at some point.
I'll say, because Mike, you like the combat for Will of the Wisps, and they stole a lot from that one, from that game. Like they really upgraded. Like I feel like they got inspired by that combat to enhance Ori, the second Ori game. So
all right, I'm in.
And then don't forget that PlayStation Plus collection will be available at launch with PS5. And just a reminder,
expanded.
It expanded. So the games you're getting with that are Bloodborne, Days Gone, Detroit Become Human, God of War, Infamous Second Son, Ratchet and Clank, The Last Guardian. Finally gonna play it. The Last of Us Remastered, Until Dawn, Uncharted 4, A Thief's End, Batman Arkham Knight, Battlefield 1, Call of Duty Black Ops 3 Zombies Chronicles Edition. So that was expanded.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, this was added. I think that whole game was added,
was on
right?
There before. Yeah,
that's right. And this game was also added, which is awesome. Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy.
Totally.
Fallout 4. This next one was expanded, so it's Final Fantasy 15, but it will be the Royal Edition, which is pretty awesome. Monster Hunter World, Mortal Kombat 10, Persona 5, and Resident Evil 7 Biohazard.
Ooh, that's some games right there.
Grab that Fallout 4 before you can't get it anymore.
Goodness.
Why not?
And then
you grab Fallout 4?
Oh, I'm saying they probably won't be free forever once the sale goes through to Microsoft.
Oh, I got you.
And your Xbox games with gold for November are not as exciting. I will tell you that.
Games with gold is kind of
it's just
crapper. I mean, just at this point, just skip it and add more games to Game Pass, which they do anyways.
Or be like the Game Pass game, like say you now can own this Game Pass game because the thing, like Game Pass can go away.
Right.
Like just make it a game like, all right, these two games you can claim and have forever.
Right. The game I was saying the games I actually am more excited for now are the backwards compatible ones for 360 Xbox because those you can't really they're adding so but for Xbox One Origami the Shadow Edition from November 1st through the 30th, which I have heard is an excellent game though. I've heard that's a very good game. And Swim Sanity exclamation point November 16th through the December 15th.
I didn't feel that exclamation point. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That's why I said it because I couldn't give it. I couldn't give it.
Everything must go! Exclamation point! Exclamation point!
Right.
Exclamation
That's
point.
right.
You're like the text to speech thing on a computer.
Yeah. Hey, this has been the biggest new releases and everything in a long time. My voice can't
You're
handle
worn
it.
out, and you still got Nintendo
A little
stuff
bit.
to do.
I was gonna say, yeah. So and then original Xbox game, Full Spectrum Warrior, which was actually a really big title when that came out, from November 1st to the 15th, and then an Xbox 360 game, Lego Indiana Jones, from November 16th through the 30th.
Cool. Yax Director.
It's time for the news. And it's all bright and cheery on this side, folks. You know what that means when I lead it off like that.
I can't wait.
All right, let's just tear down the list here. Cyberpunk 2077 delayed until December. I believe a unnamed developer, leaked that it's due to issues with it getting the game running on current gen systems.
Abandon them.
No, to hell with those millions of people.
Just give it to the rest of us.
No, I know. I'm just joking.
My first thought too, as a selfish person, is going to be having the new console. Be like, the hell with them. I want.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You're right. Yeah.
As someone who pre-ordered on PC, I'm sitting there going, "Fuck consoles."
And I mean, there's got to be some. I mean, I imagine the reason they didn't do it is so this game isn't out into the public.
Well, yeah, they don't
doing
want
videos and whatever.
Right, they don't want people, getting it on the new next gen or PC and Twitch streaming it, and then them losing out on sales because this very story heavy game was streamed in its entirety before they could get it out to the 200 million current gen console owners.
100%.
For sure.
And this is kind of indicative of that exact thing happening. So I was watching the last couple of days of work before the whole election thing started. I was watching a guy from the MidMax crew, his name is Leo Vader, play Watch Dogs Legion. Because I have again, same thing with the reviews. Some of them are really good, some of them are kind of between.
Right.
It's one of those things. I feel like if you like that kind of game, you will like that kind of game.
Right.
So I was like, let me check it out because I do like open world. I like Ubisoft games. I was checking it out. I was just like, that does look interesting. And then it was 6 hours later, and I'm still watching the stream. So I'm like, now I've watched 6 hours of the game as well, but that informed me to be like, I think I would like it, but I think I can also wait for a sale.
I think I would like it on Black Friday.
Exactly. Okay, while you bring really quick, just to completely break the show again, because that's what I like to do. So our next show is going to be, our hands-on impressions of next gen consoles. That's also the last week before Black Friday.
Hey,
so
at least it fit good this time, perfect.
Well, it's a week before, so yeah, it's
that's so good.
New consoles come out.
Yeah,
we have our episode, and then it's Black Friday the week after. So and Black Friday is completely different this year too. So should I do Black Friday like I've been doing for the last few years? Or?
I mean, we could take a look at what's out there and determine whether or not it's worth covering.
Yeah, I think because Best Buy already revealed their ad.
Yeah,
and some of the stuff they're doing the same thing they did last year, where some of the stuff they're putting on early, but for the most part, a lot of those are not going live until Friday. So, I mean, that still would be, and I'm sure I'm sure they've got a plan too.
Because Walmart and Target are both doing the weekly rollouts.
Yeah,
they're still gonna have more on Black Friday, but I don't know. I'll see what's available to me close to recording next time to see if we do the full blowout like we usually do or whatever.
See if it's worth it, or we can do a mini version.
We're gonna have plenty to talk about with the consoles coming out and the games we get for that.
That's really. Do we want a 3-hour episode? I'm sure we don't.
We've done it before.
Who doesn't?
We have done it before, but we shouldn't do it again.
Usually it's E3.
We can
Yeah, exactly.
We can see what's out there in the ads and go from there.
All right, cool.
We'll play it by ear
I'm
or eye or whatever.
Nose.
Yep.
I'm gonna play it by nose.
Okay.
All right, Art, keep going. I'm sorry. Did derail.
Next on our list of terrible news, Destruction All Stars has been delayed from the PS5 launch to February 2021. However, when it launches in February 2021, it will be a free PS Plus game.
And I'll play it then. There was no chance in hell I was gonna play it.
So smart. This was going to be a $70 game.
I think they said part of the reason they did that was because of weak pre-orders.
Which, no surprise.
They didn't say that. Rumor around the blogosphere is they did that because of weak pre-order numbers.
And that wouldn't surprise me one bit, because to me that was going to be like next to Godfall, the biggest flop, I think, for PS5, because like $70 for that game, like the game looked interesting, but like again, this is kind of one of those words like I was never going to pay for it ever.
Right.
Like but if you give it to me on PlayStation Plus, even if it's only for like a day, I'm gonna download and play it. I will do it because it's gonna be. I mean, because it is interesting enough where I am kind of curious, but I was never willing to pay like anything for it.
Right.
I'll 100% give it a spin now. There's not a chance in hell to spend $70 on that thing. There wasn't a chance I was going to spend $50 or $40 or $30 on that thing, to be honest with you. So like,
10, like,
yeah, and like, even when like, I mean, a lot of people are trying to compare this thing to Rocket League, which again, we don't know what the Rocket League was a phenomenon right out of the gate. Like, it's hard to say like what this is going to be, what it's going to do for the player base. But even if you bought that game, it's all online multiplayer. Like, how hard would it be if you don't have enough people to actually play that game with too? So like, the game comes out like it was supposed to come out next week. You can't even get into a game. So like, that kills the game right there.
If it launches and the
game
servers are
out
dead,
to die.
it's
Yep.
At least doing it this way, you'll get some people to give it a shot, and I'm sure it'll catch on with, somewhat of an audience.
I was gonna say, I have a feeling this is gonna grab people who are like, you know what, I'm not paying $70 for this game, but it's like now when they get it, it's like, oh, all right, I can see that being pretty high on the streaming, on like Twitch and stuff, like when that comes out. I think I have a good feeling that's gonna be up there.
Yeah, we'll see.
It gives it a shot, which makes sense for them.
Yeah, I mean, if their sales pitch is just like, let's get people in the door and we can grab them if they just give it a chance, then that's a solid strategy by them to delay it to then.
Yep,
absolutely. Then you just turn into the microtransactions with the whatever.
Well, I mean,
like it was like how Rocket League did. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not talking like anything crazy, but you do like kind of what Rocket League did with in terms of microtransactions, and there's just pretty much pure cosmetic and stuff like that.
Right, and that's how the free to play model succeeds. Is you put out a good game, and then people want to give you money to support you, and they buy the cosmetics.
Yep.
There you go.
Next up on our Happy Sunshine news slate here, Far Cry 6 delayed until sometime between April 2021 and March 2022. That's a bummer.
That is a bummer.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised though, because like, they had like the original like cinematic trailer and then nothing else.
Yeah, they haven't shown anything else, and I think Ubisoft came straight out and said it's because of everything's been slowed by COVID and working remote stuff. Which, okay,
good excuse.
Yeah.
Well, your Rainbow Six Quarantine also.
Yeah.
Is in that time span now.
Not too worried about that one.
Yeah.
Also, just a cinematic trailer from like 2 years ago, and we haven't seen anything since.
Nope.
So
we haven't seen anything since, but they're basing it off of an event game they did in Rainbow Six.
Right.
So I mean, people have kind of played the concept of the game.
Right.
So I mean, there was more out before there was ever a trailer by playing the special event they did. Yeah, basically all they said is with that window, it's going to be out in the next fiscal year. Like I said, bummer, but it's not like I'm not going to have stuff to play.
Yeah, that's kind of like my thing. Like with the Cyberpunk being delayed, I'm like, cool, more time for Assassin's Creed.
Well, they announced the Cyberpunk delay, and initially that was supposed to come out like the 19th.
Yeah.
And I was looking like, all right, PS5 comes out on the 12th. I got a week to plow through Miles Morales and straight into Cyberpunk. And they pushed that to December. I'm like, well, I don't have to kill myself trying to get through Miles Morales now. I can, play the game and enjoy it and do other things. And last on our list of good vibes, Ubisoft made a blog post about which PS4 games won't work on PS5, and then they retracted the statement. However, the list of games that they included in that blog post were Assassin's Creed Syndicate, Assassin's Creed Chronicles Trilogy Pack, Assassin's Creed Chronicles India, Assassin's Creed Chronicles China, Assassin's Creed Chronicles Russia, Risk, Star Trek Bridge Crew, Werewolves Within, and Space Junkies.
Weird.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think I tweeted about you guys. Hey, check this crap out. When they had it, and it was just one of those things that Art pointed out in that article. That was just like Ubisoft wasn't making those games available for backwards compatibility, right? So does that mean that it should be able to play, but like Ubisoft is doing something where they're not going to push a patch or push something to the game to make it playable?
It could be, because you remember when Xbox backwards compatibility first launched, they were saying like it's on the developer to make it backwards compatible. Hence why you can't, pop your, you couldn't pop a Xbox 360 NCAA football disc into your Xbox One. The developer has to do something on their end to make it playable. And then you even tweeted at us a GitHub link that was using some API to pull some database about backwards compatibility, and there was a bunch of games just listed as bootable, but it didn't say they were playable, it just said they were bootable. So maybe that means it boots on the system, but nobody's actually put the hours in to test it to see if there's any flaws. I don't know.
Yeah, that didn't like it. I did not like that news at all, because it was like, only 10 games. That list that came up from PlayStation last time we talked about. Like, who cares about these 10 games? Like, this is fun. Yeah. And then it was just like, why is it gotta be like? Why we finally get something clarity, from Sony, and then all of a sudden it's not clarity.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that I don't know, man. I don't. We're not gonna know until everything comes out and the stuff gets in the wild and people start putting discs in systems and see what happens.
And the thing is, like, all Sony had to do was say, "Hey, here's the 10 games that we know that aren't going to work that we've tested and found. There may be other third-party games, but they haven't been reported to us by the publisher or developer yet. It's up to them to make sure it works."
Right. Well, then you got Xbox on the other side. Like they've tested every game supposedly, and every game
500,000 hours of testing or something.
Yeah, supposedly every single game is playable that is currently playable on your One X in terms of original Xbox 360 and Xbox One. That is just like insane, but minus the Kinect games, of course, for obvious reasons. but that is like absolutely insane.
It's a big deal, and just like we talked about for Steak, like what you said, like it's clear. It's
right.
There's no questions.
Yeah,
they tested them. They told us like
before, but even like when they were first rolling it out, they said up front like it's up to the publisher to certify the game for backwards compatibility.
Right. So I don't know. We'll see. It's like I said, we're not gonna know until people get this thing at home and try some games. Like one of the very first, I looked at the bootable games, and one of the only bootable games was the Ghostbuster remaster that came out last year.
Last year, yeah.
Which is a super bummer. And I have that game on a disc, so I'm probably gonna try it out.
I was gonna say that's gonna be one of your first ones you try.
Ignore all that new shiny next gen stuff.
I don't want to play
Pop
Spider-Man.
the previous gen.
Well, I didn't mean that. I meant when you're done, like, oh, I'm gonna go to bed. Wait, you know what? Let's take a quick 5 minutes before I go to bed and just pop this in. Let's see if this works really quick.
Pop the previous gen game in there and find out if it works.
And the whole thing, like, it's taking us way back to like the Mark Cerny presentation. Talk about how like the PlayStation 5 had like a PS4 mode, a PS4 Pro mode, and a PS5 mode.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like, if it is a problem, like if I have the game like stored on the solid state drive, or if I just have like the external hard drive anyway, and I'm in PS4 Pro mode, then it should really be, you would think, no issues there. But
right.
I don't know. Again, we'll see.
That's it for my uplifting, take your mind off the bullshit of the world news.
Hey, we got new consoles next week. Nothing's gonna bring me down. All right, so do we want to do my little game I put together, or do you want to do the Nintendo thing first?
It's up to you guys. We could do that. I mean, we
I'll
might.
I'll vote for the Nintendo thing because I need to take a restroom break real quick.
But you can only do that if you slowly move away from the camera again. That's where his bathroom is. His bathroom's down there.
There's a bucket. Don't worry about it.
I said, does your headset reach?
All right. So there was once again, an out of the blue Nintendo Direct partner thingy. Like,
final one of the year. They
final
said
one.
Final one.
Thank God.
I know.
No more surprises.
I don't mind it. I don't mind
it at all. I'm just being
honest. No, I know. I'm just saying I just don't mind it because it's because people just are too crazy when it comes to these directs. Yeah. So like just shadow dropping these are great. So we kick things off with a brand new trailer and some more in-depth information on Bravely Default 2. Finally, that they originally said was 2020, but it is now coming out February 26th of 21, which is fine. There's also a video out there. Because they released the demo and they took feedback, and they have another video explaining the feedback they got and what they're changing due to the feedback, which is pretty awesome. Because everyone said it was very hard, so they're making like difficulty modes and they're changing a little bit of the controls. It's cool. It's like cool. You actually were taking what people said and you're doing it.
I mean, Octopath Traveler did the same thing, right? Like they had that demo. Yep. And you could send feedback right back to the developers, and like that's really neat. Like that's one of those like, and actually see the changes. Like you can send emails all day long. Like you can yell at Twitter all day long, and right. That's not probably gonna change anything. But like to actually have an outlet for them to make changes to a game that you're excited about is super cool.
Yep. After that, we got a new trailer for Story of Seasons: Pioneers of Olive Town. Coming out on March 23rd, 2021. This is like a Harvest Moon type game.
Yeah. That's the same vibe I got.
Yep. So if you're into that, you would probably... It actually looked really good if you're into that type of game. After that, we got a trailer for Surviving the Aftermath coming out spring 2021. This looks like a survival, top-down, real-time strategy maybe type game. Maybe.
I don't remember that at all.
So, it wasn't memorable.
Sorry.
After that, we got a trailer for Immortals Phoenix Rising, which we've talked about, coming out December 3rd.
Yep.
And then we got the little montage of games coming out, which was a very quick montage. It was like 3 games. Bakugan, Champions of Vestoria on November 3rd. Griftland, Nintendo Switch Edition in September 2021. Which is like a card game, roguelike game. And Tropico 6 on November 6th.
Play Tropico?
I played one of them once upon a time.
Okay. I think you're a Civ guy, so it's like it feels like it's like a more lighthearted version of that.
Yeah, it is until the military turns against you.
Ooh. No, the age-old story.
Yeah. When there's a military coup and you have no one to defend you then. Doesn't end well.
Yeah, that's not good for El Presidente.
See.
So after that, we get the trailer for Hitman 3 coming to the Switch in cloud form.
Yes.
Hitman 3 cloud version.
That was the first I heard of the whole cloud Switch thing, and it made me really interested in what they're trying to do and asking more questions like, whose cloud is it? Who's hosting this? Who built this cloud? Yeah, I have more questions about like the technical back end than I do about the fact that you can play Hitman 3 on a Switch.
No, for sure. The only other cloud that they've done before this, as far as I know, is in Japan. Resident Evil 7 was available in that cloud, and I mean, supposedly people say it works. So
yeah, Japan's very different though in terms of just like amount of people, infrastructure across the entire island, and things like that too.
Correct.
So, like
for
that's. I'm not surprised if it's it's here now that they have a couple of games that do that and more planned, but the same. I talked about the trepidations earlier and Art really hit on the head. Like, who's doing this? What are you doing?
Right. So after that, as Mike said, the Control Ultimate Edition cloud version was announced. Available now. Then after that, we got our first new trailer in a while for No More Heroes 3. It looks ridiculous and awesome. And then they revealed that, hey, you don't have to play the prequels, but you probably should, because it's probably a good idea. So here you go. No More Heroes 1 and 2 are available now on the Switch. I think it's through November 13th. I believe they're 10% off, so they're like $17.99 each.
And then they're never available again, because what they do now. That's not true. That's a
true.
joke. just to be clear.
No, let's go back up to $20.
It sounds like a Nintendo thing to do.
Well, it is a Nintendo thing to do all of a sudden.
I don't understand.
We're going to release this game physically and then never again after the first of the year.
Right.
I can see my copy of the 3D All-Stars game in wrapping.
Oh, yours too?
Oh, yeah.
I've yet to open mine.
I'm gonna leave it in wrapping and sell it in 5 years.
Right.
So it's trying to finalize their retro Switch collection.
That's right. So then after that, they had 2 more games to show us. Part-Time UFO, which is available now. This is kind of just playing as a little UFO with a crane on them. You're doing stacking things. You stack better, you get more points. It's got Nintendo stuff in there. You had some Kirby figurines and stuff in there.
I think it's from the Kirby team, isn't it?
Yep. So I think I'm sure they're in there. There's some more Nintendo stuff, but if you're into that kind of stuff, looked interesting. Then after that, we got a new trailer for Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity and a demo that's available right now, which I downloaded and I was hoping to play before this. I just never got around to it. But I hear it's that's like the Hyrule Warriors is like the Dynasty Warriors kind of style, but I hear this one's a little less Dynasty Warriors. Whatever that means.
Yeah, it's set a bunch of years before Breath of the Wild, so you actually have in like the Calamity stage, or they called it, like of that timeline before like Link goes to sleep.
Right.
You can. I keep on. I forget what they call the giant beasts in that game. I keep on seeing. No, like the 4 things you're going after in Breath of the Wild.
Oh.
I keep on saying Fantastic Beasts, but that's Harry Potter adjacent. And that's not right. Anyway, the mythical beasts. I don't know.
I can't remember.
You can play as those 4 things, so you get these giant, these giant monsters you get to control, which is pretty neat. But again, it looked neat, and a lot of people are really high on it. A lot of people really like the demo.
Graphically, the newest trailer looked really, really impressive, actually. So I'll give it a try. At least the demo. Divine Beast. Yes, that's it.
That was close.
But yeah, I'll load the demo one of these days, and then it sucks though because it's a Nintendo game. So I would like to say I would wait for a sale, but that might be 2 years from now.
That'll be never.
And only $40.
Yeah,
on top of that.
You might catch it for $10 off on Black Friday next year.
I'll say next year. Yeah. That's it. That was the final mini partner showcase.
So, a couple things before I get to my game. I'm very tangent today. If you haven't caught on, 2 things. One, do you see the Amazon Nintendo packaging?
Yes.
Yeah, that looks awesome.
It looks awesome, and also means it's very possible that my PlayStation 5 is going to come in a Nintendo box, which I really love. 2, random thought. I don't know why I thought about this, but I think I thought I was going to the PlayStation Store on my PlayStation 4, and there are advertisements everywhere right now for Madden 21, with like the cross buy over into the next generation. Has anybody seen any footage of the PlayStation 5 version of Madden yet?
I think in one trailer they showed a total of 6 seconds. Actually,
that game's gonna be a disaster. You heard it here first. That game's
not gonna work. Awful.
It's gonna be missing all kinds of stuff. There's no way that game's gonna run right or do anything correct. That game's already a disaster to begin with, and put on new consoles. Was not showing it like when they had that video of NBA 2K1 or 2K21 that looks amazing.
And suddenly you realize why they wanted to charge you more for it.
I actually felt like right, exactly. That was the thing. When I saw that for NBA, I was like, okay,
yeah, They showed that, and I was like, I get it.
I get it. Yep.
Yeah, that was shocking. And then, but there's nothing from Madden, so there's no way that game's going to be a disaster. Okay, let's play a little game. I love games. I'm sure you've realized this. I love doing competitions and games with us. I also love just springing it on these guys. I didn't talk to them about this at all.
For the record,
I was told there would not be a quiz at the end.
That's too bad.
I won the last one.
Finally, you did win the last one.
Ha!
I don't know the last one of these things I've won, to be honest with you. I don't know why I keep making these games and losing, but
you're good sport.
Right. I am. I enjoy the competition. So I got a list here of some launch games. Steak went over them earlier. I think we should do an over-under on Metacritic, where I'm going to give you a Metacritic score, and you guys think it's going to be over-under. I had one for Yakuza, Like a Dragon, but I can't do that one now because the reviews are out now.
Already. Yep. What was the number you set it at?
I had it all written down. I was going to do the numbers like now because I want to do it as soon as possible.
Got it.
Or numbers right before we started.
Got it.
So it was on my list, but I didn't do it.
Cool.
I feel like I listened to your list. And I think I got most of the new stuff out here. So if you can think of something that I should add to this list, I can create a number real quick for y'all. But all right, here's what I got. I went off of like previous games, similar games, or just crapshoots on a couple of these things so they're brand new. So number 1, Sackboy Big Adventure. I got it at 82.5. Do you think it's be over or under 82.5 for Metacritic? Yeah, if you want some context, I'd be happy to give it to you, but we can do context after that. We put the votes in too, if you'd like.
Yeah, we can do it after.
Okay. I am going to put over 82.5.
Same.
I'm gonna put under.
All
right. Personally, I think it's gonna be like awesome. I think it's gonna be really good, but I just have this feeling something about it is gonna be a little more bare bones that they're giving, and that's why it's gonna be less. That's the only thing that puts me.
I mean, my concern is I have a feeling it might be really short. Like
we're talking like 6 hours tops.
And like a platformer, like not really a collectathon, but almost a collectathon for a 3D platformer. I feel that's like a detractor for it. And I mean, launch games notoriously are kind of a crapshoot. So,
right.
I don't know. I think again, I think it'd be review dependent. So 82.5 is kind of low for the Little Big Planet series. That's all I went off of. Like some of the early ones, I think 1 got like a 92 and 2 got like an 85 or something like that. 3 was closer to like upper 70s. So
yeah,
that's why I got 82.5. All right, Godfall, 65.5. Under 65.5 for Steak.
That game's gonna blow.
Yes, but will the critics think that it blows?
Yeah,
they better.
I don't know, man. It's
that's a really low number.
Hey,
yes, I know. This is a good number, right?
This is like you're giving me a team against the Jets, and the Jets are getting 20 points. I'm like, the Jets suck, but 20 points is a lot of points.
Well, did the Bills play the Jets last week?
Oh yeah, no, 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, and someone put a bet in, like they had like the teaser bets, right? It was like plus 35.
It was something ridiculous.
And they still bet the Bills.
Yep.
And they weren't even close. And the guy lost like $30,000, something stupid.
Yeah.
Oh, and if you would have even got the bet right, you only would have won like $22,000 or something stupid like that. Anyway, 65.5 for Godfall.
No, if Untold Legends on PS3 got 4s, this is right in that. This reminds me of Untold Legends for PS3 launch, 100%.
I'm gonna say under as well.
I'll take the points and go over.
All right. All right. Assassin's Creed Valhalla. 64. Sorry.
I don't think it's gonna be much over. Like I'm thinking like 68.
Sure. I hope it's 60. I hope it's 65. Just to get you by the hook. All right. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, 84.5. That is right in the middle of the AC Origins and Odyssey.
What was higher, Odyssey or Origins?
Odyssey, right? Yeah.
I'm going over then.
I'm feeling over as well.
Listen, if there's anything
we can all have the same one.
If there's anything,
I'll take. Yeah, I'm going to take the over on
if
this
there's
one
anything
too.
I've learned from betting on football games and losing, it's no fun betting the under.
That's true.
Yeah, true.
It's a bad game, but I'm excited.
Yeah. This is boring as shit, but I just won $20.
Yeah. All right, Spider-Man Miles Morales, 88.5.
I'm gonna go under. I'm gonna go under.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just I think it's gonna get docked because of length.
I'm gonna say over.
I'm going under slightly.
Yeah, not much under. Like I'm still thinking like an 85, but
yes.
Yeah.
I think the original Spider-Man got 88 exactly, so I put it basically right at the same number.
Yeah.
I know. I just feel like there's gonna be some next gen hype on this thing. Just you know what I mean, like first game on the new system. It looks pretty. Music's amazing. They learned some lessons from Spider-Man. I don't know. I just feel it might be a little bit better. All right, Bug Snacks.
Under.
I put 2 down, so I think it's gonna go 1.
Yeah.
70. This is a total crapshoot. 71.5.
See, this is a hard one because I have a feeling critics are not going to be true about this. Right, I think they're going to give it a higher. They're going to give it a higher score than it deserves.
Okay. Yes, I agree with that. I think it's going to be over 71, but I think it's because people are. They're not going to look at this with as critical of a lens as they normally would because it's the fun Mimi game. Everyone's been talking about it because it's so cute and they've been joking on it. So people are already going in wanting this to be a positive game.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, I agree. I have to give it. I have to give it over.
What if I
don't trust the critics?
What if I teased up to a 76?
There, it's more of a choice.
That's tough.
I'm not going to change it. We got to put our answers in, but I'm just for giggles.
I think I would.
That would make it tougher.
Honestly, like when I think in my head of like how people are going to look at it less critically because of it, they're not going to go giving it 90s because it's not enough of an experience to be a 90. I think people are going to toy with like 78, 79, 80.
Yep. I think just below 80 is where they're going to go with it.
Okay. Demon Souls, 89.5.
Over.
That bitch is getting like a 95, 96.
It looks amazing, and the people who love those games love those games.
Yep.
I'm going over as well.
Yeah.
Give you some context. 89 was what the original Demon Souls was.
Oh shit! This is going with the upgrade, unless they really fuck it up.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few. I mean, and they're trying to be as true as possible. Who knows? Yeah, I went over as well.
I really wish I could play that game because it looks so good, but I know I can't play that game.
All right,
you can't. You'll just hate yourself.
That's true.
All right, Astro's Playroom, 87.5.
Under. Just on length and it being a tech demo, basically.
Yeah, I wonder if critics will be okay with that though, because they know what to expect from it.
I mean, there's also like the cute factor of the whole thing. All these just different Easter eggs and throwbacks and callbacks.
And, the Nintendo factor, yes.
Exactly.
I gotta give it the over.
What was your number you said?
87.5.
I'm still good with the under.
I'm gonna go
87. That is pretty high.
This is a couple points lower than Astrobot Rescue Mission. Like I think it was like a 91.
It was really good though.
No, saying it's not.
It was.
It's also very similar minus VR.
But that was a full game too.
I mean, in all fairness, we don't know. This might be a full game. I just think the way they're packaging it in, it seems like they're going like the tech demo route.
Well, I saw someone bring up the menu, and it looked like there was like four areas in 4 major areas, so like 16 levels roughly, which that's pretty good. That's not bad at all.
And there's a lot of things to collect and see and do
right,
in that game too. I'm gonna go under though. I don't feel great about it though. All right. Last one, unless you guys have any other ones to throw in here. Call of Duty Cold War. 80.5.
Over. What have recent Call of Duty games gotten on Metacritic? Well, we can let you and Steak answer here, but before you go into context.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go over for this one. This one looks pretty. I mean, bring back a campaign. This one looks pretty impressive. I'll give it an over.
I would give it an under. Just to be contrarian, but this is right in the middle of basically the last 4 launches. This is below what Modern Warfare did. No, I take that back. This is right on par with where Modern Warfare was. This is below Black Ops 4, but it's over the last 2 previous before that. Because this is like right on with Modern Warfare. But Black Ops 4 was higher, and the last 2 were lower. So
yeah,
the highest rated one was the one without the story.
right.
I don't know,
which is ridiculous.
Yeah, this is. I mean, I love that game, but yeah, I'm going under on that. All right, any other games you guys can think of to add to this list, or is that most of the new games coming out?
Yeah, Metacritic's not like Call of Duty games.
No, they do not. I'm telling you. Well, look at the game of the generation thing. Like I was looking at the ones that were
right.
That were like the best of the bunch, and they're like, well, these are all kind of right around the same thing, and none of them are like. None of them got above like an 84 or 85, I don't think.
83 is the highest one I see here.
There you go. So.
The only other game I can think of that, I mean, none of us are picking up, but is Dirt 5.
Oh, yeah.
That's a big one. That is going to be a big release.
All right, you're on Metacritic. What did Dirt 4 get?
1 second.
It's again, my phone is.
Dirt 4 on which platform?
On
PS4 it was an 85. On Xbox One it was an 86. On PC it was a 78.
Whew. Okay, well we're doing
PC Master Race, baby.
We'll put like 83. How about that? Start there. That's kind of right around all of those.
83.5. We're doing half.
There we go.
There'll be no pushes here. Can I buy the half point?
All right, 83.5.
Yes, if you send me $10 right now, you can buy it. You can buy the half point.
Pass.
Oh, that's tough. Because I don't know if this is gonna be it's gonna be one of those games where like they really push for like the frame rate and all that kind of stuff, but then they kind of lack a little bit in the content because of that. Like, because they focus so much on getting the game running so good that the content is like a little bit lacking. That's kind of where I'm at with it. But who knows? That could really be a surprise. I mean, they're really they're pushing it hard though. Like, I feel like they wouldn't be pushing it hard if they didn't feel confident in it.
I said I'm putting over just because they've been showcasing this thing.
I'll say I'm gonna go with
all over the place.
I'm gonna go with over because there's some small vocal minority out there that loves racing games.
Yeah.
They've been showcasing the hell out of this thing.
Yep.
They've already said they're targeting it for high-end graphics, and on PS5 it has full DualSense support, which I think in a driving game probably you're gonna get resistance on the triggers for the pedals. You're gonna get the vibration when going over off-road. I think it's one of those things where they're throwing all the features at it.
Okay. All right. Well, that was fun. We should have, I assume we're going to have most of these reviews. All these games are going to be out next time we do over this thing.
Yep.
So
all the reviews should be up by next week. Hell, even in the next couple days.
I'll pull Metacritic scores right before we record next time. And we'll just have, because we don't have enough going on during that episode. We'll do one more thing on there. All right, guys.
So
this is
3 hours.
Yeah, I said. I kind of circled back to the whole Black Friday thing. Like I said, I don't know. I know the spreadsheet's available, but it's also it's all over the place with Target and Walmart doing stuff before, all over the place. Best Buy had that like whole guaranteed price before, and they have sales going on right now. GameStop has been quiet completely, so I have no idea what they're doing.
As always.
I don't know if Maya or anyone else is doing anything. For all, this episode is coming out a couple of days before Target is running the buy two, get one free. It's like books, board games, movies, and video games. And that will include next generation stuff. There's some things that are excluded in there, but on the advertisement, they showed Call of Duty, they showed Godfall, they showed Sackboy, I think. They showed, this PlayStation 5. Yakuza, thank you.
Yep,
I knew there's another, and they showed a bunch of next generation games that are going to be out in the
NBA.
middle of that week. NBA, there's games in the middle that are going to come out in the middle of that week of that advertisement that are going to be good for the buy two get one free.
Yep.
I don't know if they're going to get anything better than that next generation, to be honest with you, on the Black Friday. So
agreed.
Because everything I've seen, like Best Buy had nothing next generation really. Outside those things that scale up with the new consoles. I have not seen Call of Duty advertised anywhere on any kind of sale.
Yeah.
So it's just like
I'd say I doubt it, considering it's coming out 2 weeks before. I highly doubt it.
Yeah, so those usually come out in October, right?
Yeah,
I think so.
That's it with Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed's usually October, so they drop it to $30 by Black Friday. That's not happening this time. This year is gonna be different. Like all these games we're used to dropping. So what I can see maybe dropping a little bit is Watch Dogs, since that came out end of October. So keep an eye on that one. But my guess is the lowest you'll probably see it is 30.
Yeah, we'll see.
These ones that aren't dropping for Black Friday, I wonder if you'll see them drop after Christmas for the post-Christmas sales.
Oh, I'm sure. I could see that.
Yeah, maybe. And
that's when everyone will be getting their new PlayStation 5s and Xbox Series, whatever.
Yep.
So yeah, I'll take a look. It may just be like one of here's the highlights type of thing, as opposed to like running down all the games like I usually do. I'm sure I'll have something. So next time, this is the last time we're getting together before we're gonna have next generation consoles in our hands. How fun is that? We will go over first-hand impressions of the Series X, PlayStation 5. Steak and I are getting both. Art's getting PlayStation. He's getting a whole igloo of PlayStation 5s. He's gonna open them, every single one of them, and he's gonna talk about his unboxing.
I'm gonna roll around naked in my bed of PlayStation 5s.
You throw them in the air and they'll come down and crush you.
Well, if all three of my Xboxes show up on Tuesday, I'm gonna take a nice little picture and post it up.
Nice little pyramid.
That's right.
So just kind of give you like an idea. So we already talked about some of the Steak already has some of the peripherals. I'm gonna have Miles Morales. I mean, Bugsnax is gonna be free. I'm gonna play that game. Astro's Playroom is free, and I'm gonna play that game too.
I'm getting Sackboy. I will have Sackboy.
I'm gonna have Assassin's Creed Valhalla on the Series X.
Me too. I'll have Yakuza.
You have Yakuza. Are anything outside of those you're gonna be getting?
Nope.
Call of Duties.
Yeah, Call of Duty. Assuming we can grab them on that sale.
NBA for me.
My plan is get my PS5, unbox it, hook it up, order Miles Morales and Sackboy, and just download them and work with that for the time being. I'll also download Rainbow Six, of course.
Oh yeah,
of course you will.
You got to pre-order Miles Morales though, so you get into the Spider-Verse costume.
What? I got to pre-order for that shit?
Yes, sir.
What the fuck?
You can do it on the new PlayStation app, I think.
Yeah, you could pre-order it now.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to.
But I pre-ordered the PlayStation 4 version, which comes with the 5 version already. So
I'm getting the Ultimate Edition with the
that's right,
original remaster in case the kiddo gets into video games and decides he wants to play it. Because
you did say that.
Let me tell you, he's super into Spider-Man at the moment. Because we've been watching the Tobey Maguire movies.
Awesome.
We watched 2 on Halloween, and then like every night since then. Can we watch 3? Oh god damn it! Wait till Saturday.
No, it's a bad movie.
There is no 3. There is no 3.
Yeah, this is just a Rocky 5 situation.
He's 6.
Do you have Disney Plus?
Yes.
Ultimate Spider-Man, the cartoon on Disney Plus is
so
awesome.
Good. It's so good.
I'll have to show that to him to get him hooked, so maybe he'll stop running around my house.
Yeah, it's super. It's a good
amazing.
mix of it's obviously for kids, but there's some really funny jokes in there too that even you're gonna laugh at too. It's very good. All right, so we have all that going on next week, plus maybe some Black Friday stuff, plus the results of this over-under. We have so much stuff going on. Next Generation is here, ladies and gentlemen, and we will see you next time, Stickheads.
See you on the other side, Ray.